Hey everybody, Mike Pfeiffer with Pfeiffer Hobby again. We're going to do ACT3 update 57, I believe, and we might as well get into it. Okay everybody, not much new down here with the exception of something I will show you in a minute. It's pretty much the way we left off the other day. And as I swing around here, you'll see what I've been doing. But anyway, I had a little bit of plaster cloth and I put it on the other side of the hill here, a little bit on the other side of the hill here. And for the first time in a little while, I've got most of this crap cleaned off. Now we'll talk about what I've been doing down here. Today, and this plaster is still wet, I did plaster cloth all along here, all the way down there. And as you can see, I used this, I believe this is HO flat foam that goes with their foam road bed, only this is just the flat sheets that I cut into strips. And I put it in here as a filler so I don't have to use so much ballast. And you can see that I have put ballast in here, however, it's not glued down yet, and it's obviously not stained, but it is in place with the exception of this track closest to me here. I'm just going to try and get this yard done so that I can work over the top of it, is what I'm trying to accomplish here. And to show you or give you an idea of what else I've been doing, let me just show you. Okay, everybody remembers the on-off switch here for the entire layout, but what you probably don't remember or don't know anything about is that switch right there. What I did is I got all the lighting on the layout hooked through that switch. So when I'm out here running trains and I got the light on, I don't need to have all the LEDs lit. But when I want them on, all I do is flip this on. You know what? Before I flip that on, why don't I turn the light off and we'll see it all come on. The two transformers that are down at this end, the one that's on the ice dock and the one that's on the roundhouse down there, are the older transformers, the Woodland Scenics transformers. When I flip that switch on, they come on instantaneously. However, the ones way down here at this end, they are the smaller transformers. And because it takes them a minute to come on, I have to believe that they are a smaller transformer physically, but have a capacitor inside that has to build up. But, well, let me show you, before I turn it off and show you, let me turn it on and show you. And I'll tell you when I turn it on, and you'll see the delay. On. And you see that there was a delay there. And then if I go down to the town, on, and you see there was a delay. But here, on. The minute I turn it on, it's on. And the same thing with the roundhouse, on. It's on immediately. So there is a little bit of difference in the two styles of transformers. I do like the little ones better. They're a lot lighter. They're not big clunky things. But they do come on immediately, and I don't know, it's not a big deal or anything. I'm just trying to tell you the difference between the two. Now let me turn the light off here real quick. And now you can see, other than my shadow with the light coming in the window, you can see that about the only thing you can see is the headlights on the locomotive. And if we get down here, you can see the lights inside the caboose and the tail lights on the caboose. Now, if I just try to relatively slowly swing around here, we'll put the camera up a little bit and turn the town on. And you can see what a difference it makes to have lighting on the layout. Of course, you guys have seen it before, but I just wanted you to know that I had put this switch in. And now I'll do a little brief explanation of how I put that switch in. You'll also notice, I think last time I did not have any of the automobiles out here. And I don't know if you can see that in the video, but that's a cop car. There's a little station wagon down here going down the hill. And there's a little car coming up the hill here. There is a truck headed towards the railroad crossing. And the other day when I drilled that hole in the layout, this car back here moved and I lost the lights in it. So I may replace that one or see if I can figure out if a wire broke or whatever the case is. But nevertheless, with the headlights on those cars, it gives a nice effect out here. I don't know if I said it in the last video, but I've got some LEDs ordered that I'm going to try and put in some of the automobiles that I have. Let me turn that off. And let me go back over here and turn the light back on and we'll talk about some more things. Okay, under the layout down here now you can see that I have all the wire tied up down here. I'm not going to bother showing you that because I'm not real proud of it. I think I've mentioned it before that I basically roll it up around my fingers and then I tape it up to the bottom of the foam, and it seems to have worked so far. I have all the wiring over here tied up for the crossing gate and so forth. Now let's just swing back around here real quick and try and get in focus. When I put that switch in, it was going to be cost prohibitive to, not cost prohibitive, but it was going to be more expensive to put a wire around and add all the boxes, 4 boxes basically, and the plugs and everything to plug all that in. And so what I did was I went to Lowe's and I bought, I think I bought 4, what were they, 8-foot? I think they were 8-foot extension cords, heavy-duty extension cords, small ones, but 3 plugs on the end and a grounded plug feed. So what I did was I plugged one of those in down here to my power strip, which is back behind here. Then I brought it up, looped it through this box where the switch is, and back out to the center of the layout out here. And I plugged the one that's in the middle of the layout here, the transformer, into that. And then I plugged one of the extension cords and took it down that way, and another one into another plug, and took it around down this way and put it back in that corner. Then I plugged another one into that one and ran around to the other side over here. And of course then put the switch on the one I looped through this box here. It works very well. It's a very low amperage draw for all these lights. They're all LEDs. It's not like we're turning on 200 incandescent bulbs. And it works. And it was relatively inexpensive, and all I did was tie up the extension cords in the back, on the other side behind these DS64s, and it works. So that's how that was done. One other thing I'll tell you, and I haven't investigated it yet, but you can see all these DS64s blinking except that one that says 111 on it. I don't know why it's not blinking. I don't know if it pooped out on me. I don't know what the case is, but there's some, whatever switches come out of there, 41, 42, 43, 40, I don't know if those aren't the right numbers. But anyway, whatever switches they operate up here in the yard are not functioning, so I've got to either replace that or figure out why it's not working. So that's something I got to look at. You can see my LNWI for using a phone out here. Aside from that, let's go back up on top. This is what I'm talking about. You probably haven't seen this floor clean and all this junk put away. Of course, I don't show it in the videos, but that's because I can barely walk through here when I was working on everything. But I have almost everything organized and kind of put away temporarily. Let me step down here. Of course, my stool, this is Gavin's stuff. He's trying to get ready for the fair. Got everything put back under the layout over here where I had to do all that wiring. Gavin's box is the gray one over there with his trains in it for the fair. The red box is mine, and I have all my stuff out for the fair. And then I've emptied out a couple of containers. I have a box of boxes basically of some things that I'm going to be trying to sell on eBay. I have some stuff on there right now. And then, of course, all my cars. But I think we have everything ready to go. I have changed out the battery, and I think I showed you guys, changed out the battery in a hopper car. Let's see. What else can I tell you if I swing around here? I actually moved all this stuff back, the sound machine and all that stuff. I moved all of that back in these cars. I'm also going to try, I think, and sell these Golden State Limited cars. They just sit and collect dust. I love that train, but every time I try and run it at the fairgrounds, I have nothing but problems trying to keep it on the track, and that drives me crazy. So I will probably get rid of them instead of let them drive me crazy. Aside from that, out here, guys, I guess that's about it. I still haven't gotten around. Let me step over here. Still haven't gotten around to mounting that little rustic cabin over there. You can see the wires still trailing up the hill. But I will eventually get around to it. I've got, once I get this yard ballasted, I've got to clean all this track in here, and then hopefully Gavin and I will be able to do a little bit of at least temporary switching if I don't mess it up again. Let me take you down here because I just noticed something else, as I always do. When Woodland Scenes came out with these little lighted cars, I got one of each one they made. So I have several here left to put on the layout, and I'm not sure where yet. That's why they're still piled here. And then I have these, which will be my next piece of work. I have the boat and the boat dock, and I have the fly fisherman. And I'll give you one guess where they're going to go. I'm going to try and create a road. I think it's going to come through that little crack over there and come across over the track and then over here to the lake, and there'll be like a little place to park. And then I'll have a couple of cars there, a pickup truck maybe, and maybe even some guys camping there or something. Fly fishermen back there by the tree where the inlet to the lake is, the boat out on the lake there. Maybe I might even, I think I have a couple of the canoes. I may put a couple of canoes out there. I don't know, but that'll be the next project. One other thing you probably picked up on, I have this chain link fence in between the taco stand and the trading post. I will probably cut that fence back to that post right there, so a little bit back from the street, and I will also cut the barbed wire off the top of it. I don't think in our situation the barbed wire is necessary, and I may even cut the fence down in height. But I think I'm going to put that chain link fence there. I've got a little fence sitting back here. I guess you can see it right in there. Between the motel, I may cut that down and put that, paint it and put that back there, just as a divider between the two. And really, I guess that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys. I just wanted to show you that I am making some progress in the yard here, and as soon as this plaster up against the edge dries, then I can go ahead and put that other strip of ballast in there and get this ballast here all glued down and colored. I'm going to try and color it a little bit different than I have the main line. You can see the main line is kind of a black color. I'm going to try and use a little bit more of a brown color, blackish brown color over here, and see if it really makes a lot of difference in the way the ballast looks. So I'll give that a shot. Another thing I didn't tell you is I got all the track painted now. So all the rail is all painted everywhere. And I'm moving on, I suppose. So anyway, that's it for today, I believe. We'll take a minute out here to do a little bit of train watching. Let's move on down the road. Let's run up the hill a little ways and see if we can catch it going by the Indian ruins. Now let's run up the road some more and see if we can get it going over the trestle. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoyed update 57 and a little bit of the train running behind me. And as usual, thanks for watching.